My dear community, welcome to my channel. My name is Wei-Jen and I help people to attract the lifestyle and love they desire to have by expanding their awareness, self-love, and energy vibration. Today's topic that I want to talk about is the power of belief, how your past shapes your present and future life. Interestingly, this morning, as I was meditating, this was the subject that kicks into my mind that I want to talk about our belief system. And I have so much that I want to share with you guys, but I will start with this. What do you think, what is belief system or what is belief? What does belief mean to you? In my point of view, I personally think that my belief or my belief system is something that I started to cultivate it as a child or even earlier as a baby. Because when we were baby, even though we don't remember all the details, all the things that happened when we were baby, but still, baby can be very sensitive and very intuitive with their surrounding and with their environment as well. And then particularly when we get to the age of 6 or 7 to 12 or 13 years old, that is also the golden period where I get to soak and absorb all the behaviors and the belief and the feelings and experience from my parents. And then to some of you, maybe it's not your parents, but it's someone who raised you and you spent the most of the time being around them. So that is a golden period that we absorbed those, models from them, regardless good or bad, healthy or unhealthy. And I think, maybe some of you already know from my previous video, I grew up in a very dysfunctional, unhealthy, alcoholic familyhood. My father is a functional alcoholic and my mother is untreated, severe codependent. And fortunately, today I am recovered codependent. I still have my own flaw and I'm not trying to be here to, trying to be perfect or telling you guys I'm healed 100%. But, I do really believe throughout the last couple years, since I started my personal development journey and then also my spiritual awakening journey, I do realize and then I am very aware how our belief system or our belief plays a really crucial role in our present life and even is going to impact our future. And then that really, really completely is up to us what kind of belief do I want to choose or do I want to shape or do I want to replace and cultivate a healthier one, right? And so I get to have that control and I get to decide what kind of belief that I want to still carry with me. And unfortunately, I do have a lot of, before I had a lot of unhealthy belief that is cultivated in my belief system. As a child, I know that one example is that I used to have a very unhealthy belief and relationship between me and finance because my parents, they never really showed me how to manage money smartly and they also never demonstrated to me how to save money. Even though my parents, both of them, they had a business together and both of them, they were so successful, they made tons of money, they know how to generate wealth, and they never needed to worry about where the money is coming, where they are going to get the money. I was born, I never needed to worry about money or even making a budget. In my dictionary, when I was younger, there is no word, budget in my dictionary. And so that is, just inevitably going to impact my relationship with money and then also with my partner as well. Because in my adulthood, in my life, when I got to talk to money, talking about money with my partner, at first, I was so scared. I was so terrified about wait a minute, now I get to talk about money and a budget with my partner? That's ridiculous. That was the old self that years ago, how I used to perceive, and I thought that was very ridiculous. But, fortunately, my partner, he was born and raised in a middle class family. And so a lot of times he had to be independent. Since he was very young. So today he earned, everything, he built everything on his own. And that is something that I really appreciated about him. I also got a lot of inspiration and knowledge from him about how to manage and save, money, and how to create a budget that is reasonable without much pressure or resistance. And because of that, that also shapes my belief about money. My parents, even though they were so wealthy, but there's a sense of, they taught me money is evil. Money is dirty. Money is only for, rich people or wealthy people, that many of them, corrupt. And that wasn't, quite serving me. Growing up, carry that belief about money. So it definitely impacts, when I wanted to attract abundance or wealth into my life. Having that kind of belief in my system definitely, didn't serve me. So I had to take some time to reshape this belief and to make it aligned with my desire, my integrity, and dignity as well. So today, I don't perceive money as evil. Money is only for rich people or high society. Money is limited. I don't think money in that way anymore. Now, the other, I can think of the other belief that I used to have in my system is that I used to have a fear to perceive intimacy and love from others, because I know that in my family, if someone does nice things to me or to another person in our family, that indicates there is a hustle, there is a lie behind that love or loving kind gesture. Think about it. My father was a functional alcoholic, so he's already got his own disease. And then my mother was very codependent, so she also has her own needs. And both of their needs, they're not very healthy. And in order to meet each other's needs and desire, the way they perceive or they meet each other's needs was also quite unhealthy. So that's how I used to, as a kid, I cultivated this belief that when I receive love or help or effort from other people, usually they want something back or they want something from me. So it becomes a transaction. And that didn't also quite serve me before, because when someone really, just want to do something nice or kind for me, my intuition or my inclination first is that I want to run, or I want to flee, or I started to question their intention. What is your intention of doing these nice things to me, right? What is your intention being so infatuated towards me? And I would become, a little bit skeptical about it and suspicious their intention, their motives. And many times, in many cases, I just ended up that I push people who really, really just very sincere and really love me unconditionally. I push them away. So from those experiences, I also got to learn and then realize and then recognize that having that kind of belief within me wasn't also, healthy to me, because at the same time, I wanted to be loved. I wanted to love. I wanted to receive love fearlessly. And carrying that kind of, fear of intimacy that kind of believe that other people, when they do nice things to me, there must be a hustle behind that gesture. It creates a conflict with what I desire to have, right? So I get to, through the experience and opportunity from there, I get to reshape this belief, right? I get to exercise giving some benefits of doubt to other people and then see what happened. And then also today, I get to be curious about when someone does nice things for me, right? There's no black or white judgment, but only being curious about what is their motives from the place of curiosity. I think being curious is very important in this concept. So that is something that I realized, that how the way that I believe, the things that I believe, the things that I think about it, can really impact my present life and even my future. And it's not necessary, that because my past wasn't very happy or pleasant, it's not necessary that means that my present or my future has to be, similar or exactly the same from my past. My parents, I'm pretty sure they did their best to be parents for me, to be there for me. But that does not mean that I get to become exactly or similar like my parents, or, become either one of them. There was a period before I started this, personal transformation journey. I had many thoughts, many moments where I thought I was just almost becoming exactly like my mother because of the belief that I had. It seems like very similar than her, and the behavior, the feeling, the thoughts, the action that I was doing, that I took, the way that I carry myself, I almost felt that I was becoming exactly like my mother, but I didn't want. So what do I do, right? So I feel it's really important that sometimes we need to take some moment for us to reassess what is our motives and what is our belief, and whether or not this belief still serves us. Is it helping us to live up ourselves, or is it actually draining us, our energy and our awareness? And yet at the same time, we keep doing it again and again and again and expecting a different outcome. So that is something that I realized through, these past couple years. Now, the other thing I think that will also really help us to reassess our belief system is through meditation. Because meditation helps us to, stay neutral and being less judgmental. And also it helps us to be curious about where are those thoughts or feelings come from. It's not about, getting rid of, the bad behavior or the bad feelings, but it's more about being curious about what is it that, maybe there is a message that is trying to tell us, trying to get us our attention because we didn't give enough attention before. So that's why it keeps coming back to us. Now, the other tip that I also I found that is also quite helpful to me as I was shaping my belief system is through affirmation and positive affirmation. So sometimes I will do some journaling or standing in front of the mirror and just do some, self-love affirmation. Because of that, I get to feel, not just say the words, right? But through the words, through the affirmation and my present and my intention, I get to expand my awareness, expand my self-love, and I feel that, I am worthy. I am perfectly good enough today. I am that I am, right? So I thought, these are wonderful tools. And then also the last tip that sometimes I will use is to surrounding people who are positive around me. And I have to say, energy is contagious. And whenever you feel other people their energy. That also is going to affect your energy as well. And then also very important, when you're around with people in a certain setting or environment, other people also get to feel what you feel about yourself. So that is also very important to practice, how we treat ourselves, how we perceive ourselves. Last tip that I want to talk about it is that also during this process, when you're shaping your belief system, I think it's very crucial to be patient and to be gentle with ourselves, because change is not easy. It's not like a crystal ball that after one night, and then the next day when you wake up, you completely change your belief system. It takes time, present awareness, and effort. It takes a lot of consciousness to shape this belief system bit by bit, and it takes practice as well. So keep in mind, be gentle, be patient with yourself, and nobody is asking you to do it perfectly, but you're making the progress bit by bit, right? So that is something that I want to share with you guys. And I hope that you find that this video is very insightful and helpful to you. Knowing, your belief can shape your present life and then also your future. And to really own that power of your belief. Because I think many times, including me, myself, I undervalue that power of belief. So please embrace that. Because when I am telling you this, I'm also reminding myself as well. So I am not anybody's guru, but I'm only my own guru. So hopefully you will find this video is helpful for you. If you really like this content, please feel free to like this video and leave a comment, because I also want to hear your thoughts. And share this video with your friends and family, because you never know. There are people out there who are seeking help. And so you never know what's going to happen when you share this video with them. Now, if you really want to dive into a deeper personal transformation journey, you can also feel free to book a 30 minutes discovery call with me to find out in order working with me is a right fit for you. Anyway, in the end, I just want to genuinely express how grateful I am and my gratitude towards you guys. Thank you, and thank you for spending your time watching my video. And I wish you have a fabulous day. And don't forget to give yourself some love. Okay, talk soon.